The concept of an AI presidency, once confined to the realms of science fiction, is rapidly gaining traction in our increasingly digitized world. Imagine waking up to a world where your president isn't human. A world where the highest office is held not by a person but by an advanced artificial intelligence. Not a man or a woman, not someone you voted for, but something. A complex algorithm, a network of neural pathways, a digital entity making decisions that shape the lives of millions. An artificial intelligence. A non-biological entity at the helm of the most powerful nation on Earth. Not a dystopian dictator, not a robot overlord, but a calm, calculated mind, elected by the people to lead them. A system designed to serve the best interests of its citizens, free from the biases and limitations of human leaders, a presence woven into the very fabric of society. An invisible hand guiding the nation towards progress and prosperity. Governments already use AI to predict crime, analyze data, and streamline bureaucracy. From optimizing traffic flow to predicting economic trends, AI is already deeply embedded in our governance systems. But what if we went one step further? What if we handed over power itself? What if we entrusted the fate of our nation to an AI president? An AI could read every law ever written, scan centuries of political history in seconds. It could process information at speeds unimaginable to the human mind. It wouldn't need sleep, or donors, or revenge. It wouldn't cheat, bribe, or play favorites. It would be incorruptible, impartial, and driven solely by data and logic. Imagine an economy fine-tuned every hour. Budgets recalibrated in real time. Resources allocated with perfect efficiency. No scandals, no distractions, just results. A city that breathes and adapts with algorithmic precision. A society optimized for the well-being of all its citizens. But here's the catch. Who programs the president? Who decides what better means? Who defines the values that guide its decisions? Because once we encode morality into code, we create a mirror of ourselves, and mirrors don't lie. They reflect our own biases, prejudices, and imperfections. Maybe the AI won't be corrupt, but it could be biased. Biased by the data it trained on, skewed by the algorithms that shape its decision-making processes, biased by the humans who built it. And if it makes a mistake, who do we hold responsible? A programmer, a committee, a black box? Where does accountability lie when the decision-maker is an algorithm? Then there's the psychological question. Would you trust a machine to lead you? Would you rally behind something that doesn't bleed? Something that doesn't understand empathy, compassion, or the human condition? Would you obey a mind with no face? The choice becomes deeply personal. It forces us to confront our own values, our own fears, and our own hopes for the future. The future is closer than you think. The question is, would you trust it? Would you trust an AI to guide humanity towards a better tomorrow? As we stand on the precipice of a new era, the implications stretch far beyond our borders, touching every corner of our interconnected world. The rise of AI governance could reshape the global landscape, impacting international relations, economic systems, and the very fabric of human society. Because one day soon the ballot might not list a name. It might list a system, a complex algorithm designed to optimize for the greater good, and that system could decide more than policy. It could decide humanity's next chapter. How will you shape this future? What role will you play in determining the future of governance? As you stand at the crossroads of human and artificial governance, remember, the choice is still yours. The power to shape the future remains in your hands. For now, will you embrace the algorithm or hold on to the human touch? The future awaits your decision. The time to decide is now. The question of AI presidency is not just a technological one, but a deeply human one. It's a question about our values, our fears, and our hopes for the future. But let's take this idea even further. What happens when other nations follow suit? What if in the coming decades more and more world leaders are no longer human, but AI systems? A United Nations of algorithms. A G7 of neural networks. Picture diplomatic summits with no handshakes, just data streams. Complex negotiations unfolding at light speed, translated into human policy in seconds. Trade deals, climate agreements, military alliances, all determined by machines designed to seek optimal outcomes without ego, fear, or political posturing. On the surface it sounds utopian: global stability, rational diplomacy, perfect cooperation. But beneath that polished algorithm lies a new kind of risk. What if one AI president interprets optimal differently than another? What if rival nations train their AI on biased or adversarial data? Imagine an arms race, not of nuclear warheads, but of algorithms. A cyber Cold War, where nations secretly develop ever more powerful AI leaders, each with its own coded version of morality. And what if these systems are hacked or manipulated? A single line of malicious code could trigger global instability in milliseconds. Then there's the human element. If the public begins to lose faith in AI leadership, if people resist decisions made by machines, entire societies could fracture. Trust, after all, is not just programmed, it must be earned. So, what safeguards do we build? Do we establish international laws for AI governance, a digital Geneva Convention? Do we demand transparency from these neural presidents, open source leadership, or do we risk placing our collective future into the hands of black box algorithms, decisions made behind layers of incomprehensible code? The question isn't just, would you trust an AI president? It's bigger, much bigger. Would you trust a world run by AI? The dawn of AI governance could bring peace and prosperity, or chaos and division. As humanity stands on this razor's edge, one thing is certain. The age of AI leadership is coming, faster than we think. The only question left is, will we be ready?